Habarigani. What's the news? Today is the sixth day of Kwanzaa, and it's one of my favorites because it happens on New Year's Eve, and that is traditionally when you have the Kwanzaa feast. And so today's principle is Kuumba, which is creativity, and I love being creative. And you're probably wondering, why does she have that thing on her head? Well, we already have tradition in my household with me and the kids and my husband. Is on New Year's Eve we would hang up my disco ball. I love the 70s and I have a disco ball, a full size disco ball. He would hang up the disco ball and we put on our Disney ears. And I got these last time we went to Disney, and we would celebrate together. And so usually we'll play board games, we'll have all our favorite snacks. And lots of times, the kids and I would do it because sometimes my husband had to work. Glasses. My husband would have to work New Year's Eve. So it just kind of became our tradition. So I'm wearing our ears because we're having playing board games tonight. Especially it's quarantine this year, so we're playing board games tonight. We got a lot of games. The kids got games for Christmas, and we have our sparkling grape juice because they can't drink, and I can't have beer and wine anymore because of the yeast. And so we're just gonna have fun tonight. And so I just love wearing our ears. And other than Disney, this is the only time we really wear them this. So that all falls into the creativity. So to me, being creative is using whatever talents you have and expressing them in a creative way. And so let's get started talking about the principle. Like I said, today is Kuumba. And so it means creativity, and it means to always do as much as you can in any way we can in order to leave our community a better and more beautiful place. And so however you do that, you find out your own way to do that and be creative. So typically what happens is that we have, like I said, the Kwanzaa Feast. And so I enjoy because I've had them in the past, but I didn't necessarily have them on New Year's Eve. I'd have them earlier in December, but I've had them in the past where I invite friends and family and we have fun. We exchange gifts because there are gifts that you exchange or you give. Not necessarily an exchange, it's if you want to, you give gifts, and they're called the zawadi. But what's different about the Kwanzaa gifts is that they're not necessarily something you buy at a store. So they're going to be something that's going to be educational. They're going to be something that's going to be personal to the person, something that is going to be cultural based, things of that nature. And lots of times they're going to be handmade. And so, and books are good ones, educational books. To see some of the books that I've gotten in the past. I've gotten journals in the past. Like my daughter, I got her actually a subscription box. It's a cultural subscription box. And so it has this really nice journal came in it, so all the cool stuff on it. And I have a ton of books I got this year that I'll be reading. I can see some of those. Yeah, I'm excited about these books. And just other ways in the past, let's see, I've had friends make us ornaments. We've made stuff together. I remember one of my favorites was one year I did a celebration here and in Kansas City back home. My grandmother was still alive, and I performed Maya Angelou's Phenomenal Women for her. Loved it. I mean, I still remember performing for her that day. That just meant a lot to me. So connecting with people in your own creative way. I love poetry. I love writing, and so that's one of my ways that I connect with people. So, what oil did I pick for Kuumba? I picked tangerine. Tangerine is a citrus. I love citrus oils, and so tangerine is the oil of cheer and creativity. I'm gonna read out of the Emotions and Oils book. And so tangerine, strong qualities of cheer and joyfulness can lift the darkest of moods. And all citrus oils are really good at uplifting your mood. So if you find that you're in a low feelings, you have sadness, depression, anxiety, citrus oils are really good at helping to lift that mood. It can assist those who feel cut off from the lightness of heart, often manifested by children. Those who feel overburdened by responsibility would benefit from tangerine's uplifting vibration. It encourages a person to be creative and spontaneous. Creativity can be stifled by an excessive sense of duty or creating rigid standards for oneself. We all do that. I do that. While work, duty, and responsibility all have their place, feeling overworked, overly responsible, and overburdened leads to a loss of creative energy. Tangerine invites individuals to make room for their creative side and asks that they reinsert fun, joy, and spontaneity into their lives. Tangerine supports the individual in assessing the abundant pool of creative energy held within the spirit. It then assists that energy in flowing through the heart and into physical manifestation. Tangerine teaches the individual to enjoy life by being more abundantly creative and to re experience the joy and cheerfulness they knew in childhood. Think about how much fun you had as a child. Just for me, I can think about being on my roller skates and just skating around and just feeling like I was free and I could fly. That's how Tangerine helps you. I love Tangerine. I smell it and I go to that happy place of when I was, being a child and being free and fun and just laughing and just being happy. So I think I got a notification come up. What negative emotions it moves you from are feeling overburdened by responsibilities, dutifulness, which stifles creativity, feeling downtrodden, heavy hearted, lack of fun or joy in life. And it moves you closer to feeling positive properties of cheerful, fun, abundantly creative, spontaneous, enjoying life, lighthearted, joyful, and optimistic. So it may not seem like something like really big you need to focus on, but it is. We don't want to get overburdened by um, being an adult, especially if you're an adult and you have lots of responsibilities. If you're the breadwinner, if you're, a single parent, things of that nature. We want to remember that fun and that creativeness that we have. And I've talked to different people like, well, I'm not creative like you, Joy. Everybody's creative. Everybody's creative in their own way. And I want you to think about that and focus on that. And so when you're doing things that are your way of expressing creativity, think about diffusing the tangerine. That is an awesome one to help you pull out those creative juices that you do have in your own way. So your way of being creative, it may not be painting or music or writing. It may be, creating something else with your hands. Like my husband does welding and pastry. That's very creative, as well. Or it could be, someone who loves to do or create crossword puzzles. So it's a number of ways, weird, but that you can be creative in your own way and contribute to the world and show Kuumba. So we are going to have fun playing board games and being creative together as a family. And hopefully next year we'll be able to be creative with a larger community. So I hope everyone has a very blessed day and Harambe. And